order at 7:10. Roll call. Yeah, 7:10. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Amparano?
Here.
Councilmember Bernworth?
Here.
Councilmember Tucker?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza?
Here.
And Mayor Obeso Martinez?
Here. All right. Can we do the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Everybody please stand. Mr. Salazar, will you lead us?
Yes. Ready? Begin.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Any adjustments to the agenda?
Madam Mayor, two adjustments. Item B5 on your consent, I'd ask that you put that on the action portion of the agenda. We want to adjust make sure that the resolution captures potential for what's coming down the pike from LAFCO on their next agenda. Their staff is recommending a policy which would require annexation of any property that gets city service but is located in the unincorporated area to annex within two years. That's the recommendation. Where it ultimately lands, we don't know, but I want to make sure that in approving any service extension, that the costs of annexation are with the developer. Because we seem to get these on a fairly regular basis, and it could get to be expensive if we have to annex individual properties. So we'll go into that further, but I would ask that you put B5 on the action.
B5 in the action, and then you said there was one more, sir?
One more, yes, I would ask that we table item C4 for a future meeting.
Okay, so we will be moving B5 to an action item and tabling C5 until till next meeting. All right. Madam Clerk, are you okay?
I am good. Thank you.
Okay. Our city attorney.
Yeah, today the city council met in closed session and discussed just conference with labor negotiators regarding each of the employee organizations listed on the agenda. Direction was given to the negotiator, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll be moving on to public comment. If you wish to address the city council concerning any item within the city council's jurisdiction, please raise your hand and be acknowledged by the mayor. At the time, state your name and address for the record, please. The mayor reserves the right to place a time limit of 3 minutes on each person's presentation. Any comments by email?
No comments today, email.
Okay, and then we have yes.
Hello, Honorable Mayor, council members, staff, Daniel Schleier. I'm working with the PD and also in the capacity as a vice president for the POA. I just wanted to, real brief, say that on item B2, I know you discussing the Gallagher study as a final report. We as a POA, we believe that there's concern with this and we should pause on any action. There may be some discrepancies that may be worth to have a second look at it. So that's why we wanted to express that to you. That it's just there might be some comparison or discrepancy in comparisons from job descriptions to various sets of cities. So I think that there may be worth to just have that paused for that moment, so before you take action. So that's why we wanted to bring that to you. Okay.
So it's my understanding that this report, we're just accepting that it was provided and it was just an update of the salaries. There was no update of any job descriptions or anything else. Were these your concerns expressed when the actual report was filed and those job descriptions were compared?
It was the whole study, yes. So the whole study has, because we were actually able to get a copy and looked through it. I mean, it's like a lot of it's like a very big package, but we looked through it, and it's just that there may be some concerns on the comparisons in certain departments. There was not there was maybe an inconsistency in there that we found. So that's why I believe that it's ground for a pause.
Does, by us accepting that it was just provided to us, does that's the only action being taken, is that we're acknowledging it was done?
Yeah, we're just taking it, we're trying to make sure that it's public, it's completely done by the outside organization. I do believe that I'm positive the action you'd be taking today is to put it on the agenda, make sure people saw it, that we accept it and receive it, meaning we have a copy of it and now it's public and available to the employees. I certainly think that bringing up a discrepancy or issue related to that could be done internally, but I don't know if Mr. Morita has anything on whether to do that. But I do think that the purpose was to get it out there and available to the unions as quickly as possible. But the discrepancy issue you might have to talk about outside of this.
Yeah, as you all know, we're engaged in meet and confer with IPOA. Obviously, compensation is one of those issues that's on the table. It is our recommendation that you move forward with the item as presented. As I sit here, I wouldn't think, if to the extent there's a discrepancy, that there would be anything that would preclude discussion with respect to what that is. As I sit here, when they talk about discrepancies, I'm not sure if they're talking about a discrepancy in a comparison with one of the 10 agencies that they utilized and compared the benchmark positions, or if it was discrepancies as between positions within the city. But we can have those discussions as part of our meet and confer. As the city attorney indicated, one big motivator for putting this on the agenda was that it would be that would make it public, and so everybody would have an opportunity to do what IPOA is doing, which is comment on it.
Okay, so I
So
understand
you can
that.
discuss during your meet and confer, the questions, concerns, and whatever, in this packet that needs more explaining.
Okay,
Are you okay with it? Okay, good.
thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Couchman, Jennifer.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Jennifer Couchman, and I am a resident of the Mayfield subdivision. I'm here tonight because my inquiries are being ignored by city staff, and I want to know if this council considers a 34-day delay in transparency to be acceptable. On February 13th, I sent an inquiry regarding the CFD number 2004-2, the Mayfield subdivision. After being told I should be hearing back from the finance director, I followed up on February 28th, and the mayor responded that I would get a response in the next day or two. When I didn't receive one, I emailed this entire council to raise concerns about unauthorized fair signage and the missing tax information on March 6th. However, I didn't get a single word back from anyone. I finally heard back from the finance director on March 10th, nearly a month later, and that was only a phone call that provided no data and no written answers. I called him yesterday for an update and got a call back this morning letting me know that he has no response so far and will be out the rest of the week. Why is there no one else that can work on this? Why is this taking so long? It is now March 18th, and I have received zero written response to my email from March 6th. How can anyone claim that I am not being ignored when my inquiries have sat unanswered for 5 weeks? We are paying thousands of dollars a year in special taxes for parks, open space, and street improvements, yet Mayfield has no parks and only one access road that should have at least 2 others according to the development map from 2021. This isn't just a clerical delay, it is a lack of accountability for our tax dollars. Furthermore, while I wait for answers, I see the city allowing the county fair to bypass our laws. Imperial City Code Section 3-6.1 prohibits signs on public property, yet unpermitted, no parking, vehicles will be towed signs are currently lining 2nd Street. These signs lack city permits and violate Section 3-3 of the code. Why is a third-party event allowed to break our laws instantly, while a taxpayer has to wait 34 days just to be told we're working on it? I'm asking for 3 simple things. 1, I'm asking the mayor to hold the city manager and the finance director accountable to meeting a deadline. 2, I'm asking for a written response to my February 13th inquiry by the end of next week. And 3, I'm asking for the immediate removal of any signage in the public right-of-way that does not have a city permit, as required by Chapter 3 of our code. I'd prefer to resolve this as a concerned citizen and a neighbor, but the lack of response is forcing me to stand here tonight to ensure my voice and my tax dollars are actually respected. Thank you.
You want to respond, Mr. Victor?
Yes. Unfortunately, that information is like previously a little bit older than our records indicate. So we have been asking for all the due diligence on the financial side. I did tell Ms. Kochman last week that I was going to get back to this week, but I have some personal issues this week that need to attend. So I told her I could get back to her next week with all the information she requested.
Do you think you'll have all your information by next week?
Yes.
And then Chief Real, do we still have those signs next to the fair, or is that done with now?
Actually, I haven't checked since the fair actually shut down, but I believe the ones on the south end, the A-frames that were placed by Public Services have been removed. I know there were cone pattern out there the other day for another reason, but the no parking signs on the south side have been removed.
So just for clarification, those signs were placed by city staff, not by the third party?
Correct.
And the no parking ones, those little tiny ones that were there?
The ones so those would be the ones that were on the north side. They were non-compliant and non-enforceable. And the city manager and I've had extensive conversations about that particular issue, bringing the fairground staff into the same conversation about future plans to address traffic flow and parking problems with the fair, but that'll be on the table for next year.
Okay, thank you.
I'll make sure it gets taken care of.
Thank you. Any other public comment? None? Seeing none, we'll move on to presentations. A1, San Diego State University update presentation by Dr. Gina Nunez Medici.
Good evening, Madam Mayor Obeso Martinez and members of the City Council and distinguished ladies and gentlemen present today. I'm here to give you an update of what we're doing. I'm really, thank you, Katie, for just reaching out and saying, we want to partner with you. We want to do something with San Diego State. And I'm so grateful. I wish more cities throughout the valley approach a university and say, we want to be here as a partner. Dennis, thank you very much for opening the doors. You and your staff were so kind to us. And I just want to give you an update. What are you all working on? Recently, we had some tours, and we're going to start having more tours of our new building in Brawley. So San Diego State was established in 1959. We're the only four-year university in the valley. We now have between 1,000 and 1,200, 1,300 students enrolled. Every year, we're graduating more students in May. And we are accredited in education. We have different accredited bodies, nursing. On Monday, we will be facing our 10-year accreditation revisit. So we're doing very well. We're breaking a lot of records. But what does it mean for the students of the Imperial Valley to have a Research One university? It means we have Research One designation, and it's only 5% of the universities in the United States who have that distinguished recognition. That means our students come to San Diego State and are involved in research, in creative activities, in events. Next week, we have students going to Sacramento. They oftentimes go to DC. You have students presenting in conferences in San Antonio next week. So this is a really important marker for us. I want to share with you just the type of degrees we have: criminal justice, English, history, liberal studies, which is a pathway to a teaching credential, mathematics, nursing, psychology, public administration, public health with an environmental health perspective, social science, chemistry, and we're rolling out chemistry and electrical engineering this August of 2026. We're also preparing to open the first dorms in the Imperial Valley, which we collaborated with IVC as our academic partner and sought state funding for. We have people often ask, how much does it cost? So this is our part-time tuition and full-time tuition. I also want to share that it might seem like a lot, but about 71% of our students who qualify for financial aid are Pell eligible. And I just found we delivered 165,000 in scholarships this last academic year. So for students who don't qualify for aid, there's other ways of seeking funding and grants and scholarships to pay for college. And that's really important because many universities in bigger cities make it almost difficult or impossible for our students to live there. Rents are very expensive in La Jolla and Santa Barbara and in Berkeley, right? So even San Diego, it's really, really expensive for our students. But if our students have an educational pipeline or pathway in the Valley, we get to stay with our families a little bit longer. They can finish their degree, hopefully without debt, and then go on to master's, PhDs, or law degrees, or medical school, and do other things if they choose to do it. This is an image of the 40 single or double bed rooms that we're going to be having. They're being built now. We're scheduled to finish these by August so that students can move in. This is important because it shows a collaboration and investment of the state in affordable housing for our students. We have about, how much is it going to cost? About $8,000 per student for an 11.5-month lease. Housing is really important. Now we're getting more students from out of region applying to be part of San Diego State Imperial Valley than from students in the region. So I'm here to say, encourage your students to apply. We want to create an opportunity for them here so they don't have to leave if they choose to stay near home. We have lots of student services, counseling, psychological services, students with disability services, tutoring, lots of opportunities. We have a food pantry for many of our alums that didn't exist before. Now we have services that we can proudly offer to our students, and now we're bringing also intramural sports, which we haven't had. This is our new science and engineering laboratories. No other laboratory exists of its kind in the Imperial Valley. So the first floor of the labs are for teaching, chemistry, public health, engineering. The second floor is for our partnerships with industry. So we're here to be an economic engine for the Valley, and we want to invite people to come visit with us. Let us know. We prefer to meet with people, see how industry might want to come and invest. We're really attracting employment to the region. That is our effort. We have classroom and conference room. We actually have a whole bunch of stairs where people can sit and talk. And this is really important. It has a kitchenette, so people can eat on campus. That hasn't happened in the past. So these little amenities really hopefully create opportunities for STEM conferences so our kids can see themselves as scientists and engineers in the future. We also have, these are our state-of-the-art laboratories. They're instructional and research labs for students and faculty and our industry partners with the latest AV equipment. We consistently meet with industry leaders to ask what equipment are they using, to know what kind of equipment we need to buy, or what equipment don't you have so that we can purchase it. This is an $80 million building that has not existed in the Valley, and we're very proud that we opened this in August of 2025. This is an update on our MOU. We created an MOU with the City of Imperial where you allowed us access into your public library, and we're very grateful with Amber and her team. So we've had members of our team be present in the Imperial Library Thursdays and Fridays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, on average about 7 hours a week. Now, what does this mean for the residents of Imperial? It means in 2 days, our staff was able to assist 42 students to apply to the university and apply for financial aid. That had never happened. So now we're bringing the university to you, to your parents and your students. A lot of kids get to see recruiters on the university or at their high schools if they ever get out to do campus visits. But we also are trying to provide information to parents. Many of them have not had a university experience. So paying for college seems very difficult. Like, how am I going to pay for college? Then we say they can apply for financial aid. They can get internships. This is really important because now we have paid internships and we're working with industry. We have about 50 businesses come, different government entities come to our campus every time we have a career fair, recruiting our students. Now we have over 500,000 SDSU alumni. And we know that alumni recruit our students, right? They pull more Aztecs in. So that is a wonderful network for us to offer. This is what I have. It is an update as you merit. You've invested in us. You've allowed us in with your kindness and goodwill. And we're here to say thank you and to say we continue to be partners and we look forward to serving our community in the Imperial County and the city of Imperial. So thank you. And any questions, I'm here to answer them.
I nerded out at the facility that you have and the equipment. You could see the names on it and the boxes, and it's a really state-of-the-art facility. And I'm a little jealous of the students that will get to utilize all that wonderful equipment. It's a beautiful building. It really is.
It just makes me happy to see how the city can be a partner with you guys. And, you know, like I always have said, like this is how government agencies and should work with each other. And so it's really makes my heart happy to see it. And then just as a woman of STEM myself, like I love the new STEM program and I'm really looking forward to, or hoping one day you guys have environmental scientists programs. But yeah, thank you.
We already have 4 public health with an environmental health perspective, PhDs. And in Brawley, we have nursing, public health, and then engineering and chemistry. These degrees had never existed.
Never.
So we're trying to address our major nursing shortage. We're also trying to address our major public health needs in the valley. There's also funding that I want you to know. The County of Imperial has the Public Benefits Advisory Committee, and we welcome nonprofit agencies to come and ask for funding to serve the people of the Imperial County. And we will be seeing scholarships coming around up to $200,000 that will be made available to our students. So if your students don't qualify for aid, then I strongly encourage your kids to apply for scholarships that the county will be making available to them.
That's great.
Thank you very much. Any other questions?
No, thank you. I'm glad to see that, you know, the partnership that you have with the city, that we can help that many students. You know, I didn't know what we expected in numbers, but to see those numbers are double digits are nice to see.
It's exciting. And people say, well, thank you for helping me. I usually help my neighbors, but I don't know what I'm doing. We were trying to demystify making higher education accessible. And if our kids can see themselves welcomed on our campus, April 18th, we have Explore SDSU-IV. And all students who are applying for universities who have applied to San Diego State will have an opportunity to walk on campus. We'll be meeting with students and parents in Calexico April 18th during the day. And then the afternoon, everyone who's applied to be a chemistry major or electrical engineer major will be meeting in the new STEM building April 18th. So you're welcome to join us and just see our kids. Those are our future energy leaders. And we can't wait to welcome them this August. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask, given that we have the housing available there now, do you anticipate that we're going to start drawing people from, say, San Diego County that may not have it accessible up there, and we're going to have that competition?
My heart is going this way because we had over 211,000 applicants in San Diego. So we're now one of the most coveted universities in the United States. Wow. And now we're getting more applicants from out of region into our campus. And of course, my commitment is to the students of the Imperial Valley. So we need to encourage our kids. Don't take San Diego State for granted. They used to say, oh, just apply, they'll take you. No. You know, it's not so easy because now we're the flagship for the CSU. And now you're competing with 211,000 applicants to San Diego. So if we can create a pathway for our students here, and of course, I'm looking at what new majors, we speak to Priscilla and workforce development. What does industry look for? What kind of skills do they need our students to have? We now have an AI certificate, and we're now partnering with the major AI leaders in the state of California. Google, they've all met at San Diego State and said, we want you to take the lead in AI. So anyone that teaches or takes classes with us can get an AI certificate. So before students graduate, I'm like, make sure you get that tag on your certificate, on your resume, because it means I'm not afraid of AI. It is here, right? We need to be at the forefront of it because it's everywhere. So yes, I mean, we're attracting a lot more applicants from out of region than ever before. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? No? Moving on to the consent agenda, all items appearing under the consent agenda will be acted upon by the city council with one motion without discussion. Should any council member or any other person request that any item be considered separately, that item will be taken up at that time as determined by the mayor. So we'll be voting on everything except for B5, which we will move to under C8. Yeah, it'll become C8.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
In a second. Please vote.
Oh, we get to use this for the last.
I know.
Motion carries 4-0 with one abstain from Councilmember Amparano.
Thank you. Action item C1, the appointments to the Library Board of Trustees, presented by our city manager.
Yes, Madam Mayor and Council, as you will recall, we had we have actually 3 vacancies on the library board. 2 of those vacancies come as a consequence of an expiration of terms. And we're recommending reappointment of those folks for another term. You also have 2 very qualified applicants for a 3rd vacancy that we have, and those applications are part of your packet. And of course, you can act to fill all 3 positions however you see fit. We are fortunate to have 4 folks, 4 very qualified folks, 2 of which are sitting board members and 2 of which are have applied for the vacancy.
Thank you. My Mayor Pro Temp, Ms. Stacy, will.
Yeah, we're provided the applications from the 4. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you to all 4. It's exciting that we have so many people willing to serve on city boards and be involved in the community and be involved in the education of our members of our community. In looking at the applications, it was my suggestion that we appoint Ms. George, reappoint Ms. Hernandez, and appoint Ms. Zarate Sandoval. And that's a recommendation I make, but if anybody else has any other suggestions, then we can have that discussion.
Have a motion?
I thought Stacy's was a motion.
That's a motion. To have a second? Or do you want to discuss?
Did you get a second?
Not yet.
I'll second.
I think we're going to wait on Robert for a second.
We're just waiting to see.
Waiting. Yeah.
No.
Or any other recommend.
Any other recommendations, questions, concerns, comments? We have a first and a second.
Yeah, no questions. Good.
We're good? We're good?
We're good.
No question. I'll entertain the vote then. Go ahead and vote. Go ahead. Do you have something missing?
Motion carries 5-0.
Moving on to C2, adopt plans and specifications and authorize public rebidding for the City of Imperial wastewater treatment plant demolition project. Ms. Janelle.
Mayor Pro Tem, council members, the item you have in front of you is to approve plans and specs for the wastewater treatment plant demo project. We had originally had this go out, but we had all the bids rejected for the best interest of the city, so we could go back and look at the plans and make some revisions. We did have significant revisions to the plans and specs. That's why we're bringing them back to you for approval so we can rebid this project. The main portion of the project that was changed is we took out the modular building office that we were going to have put in as part of the project. And we wanted to make sure all the information we had in terms of the addendums were actually put into the plans under the special conditions, technical conditions for the lead and asbestos reporting that we had. So what we have now is a more comprehensive documentation that the contractors can look at, has all the information, and we can get a better cost for the actual project. So what I'm requesting is just approval to rebid with the revised plans and specs.
Perfect. Comments?
Make a motion to adopt plans and specs and authorize public rebidding for the wastewater treatment plant demolition project.
Second.
I'll second it.
Please vote.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. C3, approve payment to SoCal Gas for the gas line services associated with the Aiton Sewer Line Claypool Pump Station Project Bid 2025-06.
Mayor Pro Tem, council members, the item in front of you is to authorize payment to SoCal Gas for the connection of the line for the, what do we have, the Relia Prime Bypass Station. I want to make a correction. We do have in here that it's part of the CIP Project 848. The clarification for that is that it's not necessarily tied to that as a total budget itself. We were originally going to have the line done without that project because we're going to be taking Clark offline. So that Relia Prime was going to be moved to Claypool so that it could actually take hold of all the waste that was diverted in case there was an issue. So that's why I want to clarify that this isn't going to come out of that CIP budget itself. We actually have this funding in the wastewater treatment plant operations budget. So it won't be tied to that. I just wanted to make that clear as there was a mistake in my agenda item. So what we will be doing is authorizing the payment to them so they can run the gas line. They'll be running the line, they'll be doing the meter, they'll set it in. We'll take care of everything after the meter doing the final connection, but we do need that service as that's gonna feed the Relia Prime.
Questions? Ms. Janelle? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second, please vote.
Motion carries 5-0.
So we're going to jump ahead to C5, approve the fiscal year 2025 to 2030 improvement plan LTA Measure D. Mr. Mora?
Good evening, Madam Mayor and City Council. Before you is the 2025-2030 improvement plan for the LTA Measure D. This list is grouped into three categories: is the construction, rehab, and maintenance. The 5-year plan is list of projects is attached on Exhibit 8 for your review, and all the project will be funded through the revenues made through LTA Measure D. Staff recommends approval of the fiscal year 2025-2030 improvement plan LTA Measure D, and I'll stand for any questions that you may have.
Questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, James. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Katie. Please vote.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thanks. Moving on to C6, approve the resolution 2026-09 authorizing the sale of APN 063-112-009 by Mr. Morita.
Madam Mayor and Council, items C6 and C7 involve the sale of vacant property owned by the city to Josh Quintero, and we would ask that you should take the resolutions individually. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have as to both. They're in the vicinity of N Street and 12th near our wastewater plant. It's been quite a process associated with this. As you'll recall, I think there was a right-of-way vacation. There was the Surplus Lands Act process that we went through, and we've completed all of those preliminaries, and we recommend that we sell these two parcels.
Any questions?
Again, I would recommend that you take the resolution separately.
I'll entertain a motion for C6.
I'd just like to comment that area is looking a lot better, and I'll make a motion to approve.
James, do I have a second?
Second it.
Thank you, Ms. Stacy. Please vote.
Motion carries 4-0 with one abstain from Councilmember Burnworth.
Thank you. Same thing, number 2026-10, authorizing the sale of APN 063-121-004, as already presented by Mr. Morita. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Ms. Stacy. Do I have a second?
Second, just another comment that that area is looking a lot better.
Thank you. Please vote.
Motion carries 4-0 with one abstain from Councilmember Bernworth.
Thank you. Moving on to B5, which will now become C8. Approve the resolution 2026-06, approving a water and sewer agreement for the 2680 Nance Road, APN 064-020-046.
Madam Mayor and Council, we received a request for water and sewer services located on 2680 Nance Road, which is outside the city limits. In the attachment, you'll see the Exhibit A illustrating the proposed water and sewer connection. You'll see the will serve letter, and there's two items, other two items, the resolution and the agreement. And as a matter of record, we want to make sure that we add to both of them that the property owner, in case of a future annexation, bears all the cost associated with it. Staff recommends approval, and I'll stand for any questions that you may have.
So remind me, the one that's on the corner, the 2694 is city property, correct?
The one on the corner, Nance and Worthington,
Worthington.
that's within the city limits, that house.
And
in
then
the
these
corner.
the two houses that are built now, and then the two parcels would be county then.
Those are the county,
County,
and the
county,
third
county.
one will be, that's the county as well. And that's the properties that was requesting sewer and water connection at this time.
What am I missing?
Make other questions.
So how does that affect, annexation in a future date within 2 years or something?
So.
Just because you mentioned
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay,
that's like, one house is city, one houses are not,
Now this
long-term.
putting any pressure on that one, I mean, they're not gonna annex this one lot and leave the one in between.
Yeah.
So it's affecting more people than that are being serviced, right? Or is that wrong?
I think that would make it an island because you have to do this section.
Right, Kim.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's affecting people that aren't even getting the
So
water.
that whole, let's call it that weird, almost, it's kind of like a triangle almost, because there's all of that down Nance, those houses minus the corner, plus all the other houses. We know people like Miguel's and who else, the one corner, those are all county. The orange house, I call it, on that corner is county, but a lot of people are getting all city water. and Sewer, correct?
Oh yeah, that's like where it gets all. This
It
is where it
gets
gets
weird.
all jagged and
Mm-hmm.
people drew it on the map weird.
So LAFCO hasn't adopted this policy. We just want to add the language just in case they adopt the policy. The consumer bears all the cost. My understanding of the policy, there's some exemptions to the rule because just in case it's not feasible, for example, if you have a property a mile away from it, how are you going to annex? You're going to have to annex the entire road property. So
I feel like that road is headed that way. Oh,
But you always get that one neighbor that don't want to. So I mean, this is gonna bring up a lot of issues. So I'm just trying to bring it out there so the neighbors know that this is coming. Not that I want them to complain today, but
They'll find you at another date, council member.
James, be like, hey, stop. Any other questions on this?
No. So moved.
second.
Right, I have a first and a second. Please vote.
I'm gonna do roll call vote on this.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Councilmember Amparona?
Yes.
Councilmember Bernworth?
Yes.
Councilmember Tucker?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza?
Yes.
And Mayor Obeso Martinez?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
All right. So we are done with all the action items, correct? All right. Department reports, Mr. Mora.
just a quick update. Barioni, from P all the way to the high school, we did some slow reseal. Next Monday, we'll be doing the layout for the bike path and the striping, and then a week after that, we'll start the thermoplastic.
Yeah. Thermoplastic is very expensive.
But it looks nice.
It looks really nice.
When it's
I like-
clean.
Yes,
That looks
Goes
really
for-
nice.
thank you.
Thank you.
Has, anybody else besides the internet complained about our plants and trees in the median there?
I haven't received any calls other than what I've seen on social media, but I've seen both. People are very excited about the landscaping, and some people are complaining about that. But I leave that part of the report to Tony. He's been right on money there.
Okay. Ms. Janelle?
Public services updates, I want to update on some of the projects that we had going on. The Claypool Pump Station, I had originally said it was going to be till March. That's what we were told by the manufacturer for the pump to get here. We have now been told that we're looking at May. That way, in case you guys, just so you guys know that's why it's going to be empty for a while. And I know we could have the option to change to a different pump, but we are comfortable with the Gorman and Rep pumps. They're of good quality. We have all the parts for it. Our staff knows how to use them. So that's why we want to stick to that. We've talked to the representatives, so we're looking at May now. If it pushes more, I will be sure to let you guys know. CCTV is going on where they're cameraing the manholes and the lines. I don't know if you've seen the big vector out there downstream. So they've been taking care of that. They got about 70% of the pipelines taken care of. We have about 30% up into the sewer AI dashboard. And they're taking a little longer, so the percentages are off because we have to go through QA and QC just to make sure everything's okay. And then after that, we're going to be doing the manholes. Manhole rehab project, that one's completely done, so you won't be seeing, any more road closures, hopefully, for that one. Whole group's gonna go out, do their final inspections. If there is anything missing, we'll call the contractor back to get those fixed and going. I want to just give a few updates in terms of public services. Our guys are constantly out there taking care of the city, doing what they can do to make everything work. Our collections crew that we now have, they're out there jetting lines daily. That's part of a state regulation that we have to have. They've done 80% of Springfield. They're going subdivision per subdivision, and they've actually been tracking how much, linear footage that they're doing. They're putting it on a map that we're going to have data, so if that's ever needed, we can go ahead and collect that. Our main operators at the plants, they've been updating the pump controllers in the stations to ultrasonic instead of having submersive pumps, because those are more beneficial for us and they're easier for us to go ahead and take care of. And the detection efficiency is a whole lot better and proactive in terms of waiting till the sub gets clogged and then we have an overflow and an issue. Streets, they've done crack sealing for 1st through 4th Street. They were doing downtown. They're going to be doing the south side of the fairgrounds, which is like Marshall Street. They've been doing weed abatement, so you kind of see them out there doing the weeding, pulling what they need to. They're going to be filling potholes. Retention basins are next week, where we're going to try to maintain those, get all the vegetation out. They go one by one. And then we've been pushing the street sweeper out. So we've been having them go, so they're practicing. I want to say practicing, but, they're getting comfortable in the subdivisions, trying to get an idea of how it's going to roll out, how long it's taking to actually do the streets, how long it's going to take to clean it. That way, when we're out there, we're a little more efficient, and it's still going to be trial and error, but, we want everybody to know that, to work with us and give us some time. We will be addressing issues if it's a big concern like the 8 and bike lane. We won't be doing everything as needed, not every phone call, but if it's a major corridor, major area, we will divert them when we need to. Yeah. Our fleets and facilities, our mechanics are maintaining our fleet daily. Anything that goes in, it's getting uploaded, they're taking care of it. In terms of our facilities division itself, we're functioning kind of like at 33%, because we only got one individual we're down to. So our electrician, he's been taking care of all kinds of, electrical projects. He's been working on 4th Street. He was working on some poles and stuff for Tony in advance to make sure the barbecue event goes well. He's going to be running conduit for our Ayton tank, which was part of the Ayton and Shop tank. We have the blowers there, and then we're going to get everything up and going. They're not connected at this point, so I want to make that clear that we're going to get that moving. Our actual fleet supervisor, he's actually been out there, fleets and facility supervisor, actually having to work as well since he's down staff. So he's been taking care of the AC units, he's been doing the emergencies, he's been helping in terms of fixing things for the divisions, departments when things come up. So he's pretty busy, so his staff is moving. Our water plant, they're taking care of meter issues daily. They get about, 20 or so, if anything, emails coming in from residents. If there's high leaks, they're checking them. If there's something wrong with the meter, they're checking those numbers. We're constantly doing ons, offs, door hangers into, hundreds, 200. So they're keeping busy. We've been taking care of service leaks, and our main operators at the water plant, are clearing out the ponds, the raw ponds that we have, getting the vegetation, so things are going. So just want to let you know that our operations are moving. They're doing what they need to do, and we're keeping them busy. So if you guys do see anything, please let us know. We'll take care of it as fast as we can. We'll put it on our schedules, but the guys are doing a great job, all of our divisions of public services. So I'm very thankful for them. Thank you.
For all your hard work and the heat
you.
out there. Mr. Lopez?
So I'm glad Janelle's sitting next to me now, so I don't have to be the only one that talks a lot. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep it short.
She's making you look good, Tony.
Being mindful of Alex, you know.
Please do.
Hey, like, no comment.
So here we sit a few days away from our Saturday event, the last large event we're gonna have downtown. It's gonna be a scorching day on Saturday. I didn't think I had to worry about heat and wind on the same day. We have those concerns also. There's going to be a cool into Sunday that might bring some high winds or higher winds in the evening that night. Hopefully they stay away from what we have going on. We have a good event. Sunrunners will also be having their car show on the same day in the morning at Eager Park from 10 to 3. So go check that out. I've seen a few of you there. A lot of cool classic cars for you guys to go see. Where we worked out really well with them, where we were able to navigate vendors coming in and out at the same time that they're having their event or wrapping up. So we're excited to get this one in the books. I've sent a few of you itineraries. Mayor, you should have your speech. Judges should have your arrival times. So we want, like I said, we want to get you guys more up on stage as a collective council and get you some more public FaceTime. So the 86 median, I was reading some of the comments,
Yeah.
kind of
I think
dropped
they're
off.
concerned for the heat of the plant.
Right. So one of the concerns that I read was the way the plants were put in, where there is a part of the root ball that's exposed above grade.
Yeah.
That is not finished grade. There is a process. It's called mounding. So what that does is it helps with prevention of root rotting and adds and helps with drainage. So it is a process that is used. It's a little weird when you see it when it's exposed and you're not completed because you see it. That is not the finished grade. It's going to be covered up. You won't see that at the finished product. So we are going through the project periodically. Othon's team is great about noticing a lot of different things. At the time of final walkthrough, if we do have plants that have died or that have suffered or don't make it, the contractor is obligated to replace all of those before we approve the project to be completed. And they also have a 90-day after contract is completed to make sure that those things are still alive. So I see a lot of the trees down the pass are now starting to get some green. It's not uncommon for shrubbery and plants newly planted to have some shock and show some signs like that. So rest assured the city is doing its due diligence. Othon's team is on top of it. So citizens that have rants and raves and stuff, everybody becomes an expert on the subject matter. But we're doing our part as a city to ensure that that project is completed successfully.
Is there any barrier that will go down around? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're going to
Okay.
do a pre-emergent spray, which will control. Will spray weeds to help prevent, and then there'll be a fabric weed barrier, and then you will have a gravel mulch on top of that, which will be your finished grade. Then you will have that decorative gravel on top. So we're still a ways from it looking what the finished product will end up being. So
Thank you.
yeah.
You ready?
Thank you, Tony.
Well, I think
Thank you, Tony.
council needs to set up a rule for just 3 minutes per department because they're going forever boards. But no, just kidding. They're very, very busy all the time.
Me, Tony, blush.
From our department, yeah, of course, we are also very busy citywide providing tech support, but also projects moving forward, especially the website, the ERP, and as probably Amy sent an email today, the agenda management will be live. We're going to try to go live next council meeting. It's going to improve a lot the way the meeting is from the beginning to the end. So expect that for the next council. We're going to be replacing the tablets that are out there and replacing the technology that the city clerks use. And we're going to be streaming to Facebook and also to our provider, Civic Plus. So we're gonna be improving a lot the way that we stream the meetings. As additional projects, a couple weeks ago, by the end of January, we finalized the migration of the PD phone line, the 1158, to our Ring Central services. And now everything is up and running, and we were able to get rid of around $3,000 per month. So just because of that number that we had there. Tomorrow we also will have in-house spectrum to install our backup internet service. We were looking for different options, but because there is some things that we are not sure yet, we decided to bring for now spectrum, and if doesn't work, we're gonna change it. But for now, at least we have something in case ABTA goes down. They're very reliable, but just in case having something available, as you guys know, we are moving a lot of things to the cloud, and we really depend on having internet available. And that's my report. I think 3 minutes. We're fine.
Chief Real?
So just a little bit of update for Mrs. Couchman. The signs have been removed from Second Street, so it shouldn't be an issue any longer. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. Other than that, thank you for your time. Have a great day.
Amazing. Chief Lancer?
So the new engine graphics, we're in the graphic stage. So there's reflective striping that's required to be run along the side of the engine. And so we get to kind of pick and choose how that's going to look. And so we're going to get, we've given them some direction to work up a design, and then we want to get something that's, when someone sees it, they can say, yeah, that's Imperial's engine right there. So we're working on something that it's going to look really nice.
Love it.
I love it, Chief. Thank you.
I'm very excited to see what new toy you guys get, or what we all get. It's exciting. Mr. Manriquez?
Good evening. One word, workshop. Need a date.
Email us.
All right.
One word back.
Okay. So next week, or I know some council members are going to be out next week, or the following week.
What day?
Whatever you guys.
So.
We'll talk
Next.
So let me give you a brief update.
Ooh. Next week, the only day I'm free is Friday.
27th. Sorry, folks.
And then the following week, if we do it, oh no,
The 3rd.
I'm going to be in Hawaii.
Oh,
So
do that.
Oh.
She's not bringing us in.
We do have a council meeting on the 1st.
I won't be there. We can do it before our council meeting. On the 1st.
We can do
It shouldn't take.
You gonna be in Hawaii, you're gonna be here.
Hawaii the next day.
Shouldn't take long. It's more to get department heads a little bit more on their projects and just a quick overview for each department. So I handed all their expenditures and budgets and all that and guidance, and just to see where we come up at least for projects, or keep them on based on our revenues. What do we keep? What are we shooting for and all that? So just get a little bit of council guidance and get better numbers for a proposed budget. So if we want to do it before a meeting on the 1st,
How much time is anticipated for everybody to? 2 hours, 3 hours, so we know what we're looking at.
I actually told them just do like one slide, 2 max for each one, or one for their part, one on the finance side.
Chanel, it's like 20 slides. Just will tell you that right now.
So we're actually focusing on changes, right? Not on what we regularly spend, but its numbers are going to be there. So
Just do it at the council meeting.
at council.
Keep the agenda light.
On the 1st?
I mean,
Got a joke?
no. Keep the agenda light, and it can be during.
I think the thought of it is to like talking about what they actually mean.
I didn't.
I don't know.
I didn't get it.
Email us dates, Victor.
All right, we'll do.
If we do it like maybe 4 that day, 4 to 6, even 3 to whatever.
I don't think we need more than 2 hours, honestly. Just to get more guidance on new projects, assistant projects, or the actual projects that are on hold.
Can you do 3 to 5 that day? The first?
For me.
You gotta pack the day before, sorry, friend.
It's okay.
You?
Mm-hmm.
James?
Yeah.
That works.
Okay, I'll email you confirmation and thank you.
Thank you,
That's
Miguel.
it for me. I think Alex already and Tony spoke enough. And Janelle.
Anything else? No? Ms. Smith?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm happy to announce that HR is fully staffed again. So yay. We're very happy. And we've just been busy with all kinds of projects and recruiting and filling and positions and working hard. So I appreciate everybody's support and grace throughout the time that we were short-staffed. And that's all I have for today. Oh, and then we do have our National Cleaning Week coming up. So we're going to be doing some spring cleaning around city facilities the last week of March. And all the departments have graciously picked their projects. And so we're very appreciative of that. And then we have our upcoming employee appreciation event coming up on, I believe it's April 24th. And so we will be saving the date for that and get you more details as they become available. Thank you.
Mr. Garcia?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Nothing to report.
What? Our city manager, our fearless leader here.
Nothing for me this evening.
Robert?
I just got a couple things. Yes, it was nice to see the street sweeper out. I caught it over on outside the shop at early in the morning, so all lit up, reflective, looks really nice out there. So you can definitely see a difference when it's out and running in those areas, like especially 8th Road where it was covered with all that dirt in the middle. Yeah, the gravel. I mean, you definitely see that. So I do appreciate that. One of the things that I was going to ask, and I haven't seen in a while, are we going to be doing hydrant flushing like they used to? I know that they were trying to get on that back in the day to eliminate some of our TTHMs from going up.
Yeah, so they are going to be doing the hydrant flushing. They had flushed, if you might want to say, it was at the end of 2025 or like a little bit the beginning of it, but we do need to have it, and we're implementing that program along with the valve exercising because it's actually a state regulation that we have to do on our annual reporting. So we've been trying to figure out what's the best way for us to get them all flushed, so we're not, putting down too many lines, too much pressure on, on the water system itself. But we will be doing that, having to implement it annually, and we'll also be doing end flushing.
Okay, thank you. And then I know the last meeting we talked about the vacuum truck and all the maintenance and all that. Do we still have logs for that, inspection logs and pre-trip inspections and all that good stuff?
We got them.
Yeah, we got them in an email.
We got the reports from the
third party.
Yeah, so you guys received the
not the ones that they
Haker
do.
ones, and yes, we're redoing the checklist for the actual inspections, the one you're talking about from before when they take it out and when
Correct,
they bring it
that's-
back. So we had some, and we're trying to find more of a checklist that's a little more detailed if we need to, and making sure it actually applies to the Vector, because they'll be checking the stuff on the outside, but they don't necessarily get into the mechanics of it or the technical aspects. So we're trying to do that, but they are starting to keep their logs, and that's set across the board with any of our staffs that use it at wastewater streets. So we are implementing those, and even for our other heavy equipment, we purchased actual checklists too. So if they're going to be using the backhoe, the skip load, or anything like that, we're going to start having those. They'll be logged. We'll have clipboards, or those be with the Fleets and Facilities Supervisor Division. And we've already sent an email to staff that if they have any issues with the equipment or they find an issue, they're to tell their supervisor, so then we can tell Fleets and Facilities right away, and we're not waiting till there's an actual situation. So we've been putting steps in place for them to be aware and start being proactive instead of us being reactive.
Appreciate that. And the other thing I was going to ask and say is with our parks, I know that we value our parks, and we have nice parks out there, but witnessing some of the stuff that happens in our parks, the vandalism, if residents can definitely help us with that. When vandalism happens to our parks, it costs money for us to do other stuff that could be done, but we have to spend it on fixing those issues. So just they can help us with that one. So thank you.
Thank you.
Other than that, all good. Thank you guys. Look forward to seeing you guys this Saturday.
Miss Katie?
Nothing to report.
James?
Good. Thank you.
Shields? I have nothing. Miss Stacy?
Nothing to report, thank you.
I went to the fair.
Don't remind us.
Yeah.
We're
I
burned
applaud
out.
all the parents that are there day and night for, what is it, 3 weekends and 2 weekdays? Yeah, with all the animals. It's always nice to see. The weather was so-so, but it was really neat to see all the animals out there. So thank you to the fair. And we'll see you on Saturday. Dress cool, because it's going to be hotter than you know what. All right. I will end this meeting at 8:08. Thank you.